See that? Apparently that was one of the oldest trains in service when it was actually retired last year. In its heyday, though, it even carried the late Queen. But now the train, rail buffs will know it as a Class 507, as you can see. It's been given a new lease of life in Derby after enthusiasts bought it for just £1, as Steve Beech reports.
Apprentices at Alstom in Derby getting to grips with this veteran train's workings.
This is the camshaft. This is what's used to control the traction system on the train.
During its lifetime, this three-carriage electric unit covered 3 million miles, the equivalent of the moon and back 6 times. But now it's being restored ahead of a major event, the greatest gathering this summer.
A lot of the principles in the engineering of this train were carried forward into many more trains built after this. So this has the basics of a lot of technologies that we take for granted today. So yeah, what you learn on this train is a simplified version of what you see under a modern train.
Trains like the Flying Scotsman get a lot of love and attention, but some would question the appeal of a more mundane offering like this, which spent its life carrying commuters around Merseyside.
I travelled to days out on the seaside at them, travelled on shopping trips, travelled to school on them. For better or worse, I've commuted to work on them for 20 years. So, you know, when they started to pull them out of service a couple of years ago, I felt a big pang of nostalgia.
Well, the sound you can hear is the sound of the compressors underneath the train, and this is where the apprentices come to access components like these. It's very, very low, so a hard hat is vital. Engineering students will also use the retired train for their studies, with their tutors keen to show them how rail technology has changed over the last half-century.
It's very hard to break a current like that easily without causing quite a large spark.
You can learn a lot from how things were engineered previously. People had limited resources back when this was designed, and when you've got limited resources you have to be really innovative about how you design technology.
Enthusiasts say they know exactly which seat was used by the late Queen during her ride in 1978. But it's unlikely this train will ever run under its own power again, and later this year it'll be moved to a heritage railway in Shropshire. Steve Beech, BBC East Midlands Today, Derby.
You don't expect the Queen just to be on an ordinary train, do you? Not that it's ordinary, sorry, I wouldn't say that.